Vicky Momberg, where do we begin? All right, well, sentencing continues. You've seen her in court.
That's
what
right.
Is she? How is she sort of appearing in the middle of all of this? Because we see that she doesn't seem to have learned her lesson, insulting a black social worker who was involved in this case after what she was caught on video doing.
In fact, last week I tried to speak to her before the proceedings starts, and she just ignored me, walked straight into the courtroom and sit down. And she really does not like journalists. She also does not want us to be just inside court taking visuals of her. She constantly tells her lawyers that, look, now they're taking photos. Obviously, she doesn't want us to do that. But of course, she remains not remorseful at all. That's what the probation officer told us, told the court last week, that this is a woman who actually does not believe that K-word is an insult. In fact, it came out that she said that it's only insultive if you believe in that it's insultive. And then
she says that if she could afford to leave, she would. So not thinking that she has to maybe reconcile with the people she insulted, the other people involved. And then what do we know about this, the case involving the black social worker who had to recuse herself in the middle of this case?
It was shocking. In fact, everyone was kind of like shocked when that detail came out from that probation officer. One of the things we heard was that when Vicky Momberg was being assisted by this social worker, she insulted her. And this social worker decided to recuse herself. And we know that the social worker also had to undergo a lot of counseling because she was traumatized by this experience. And of course, Yveka, Vicky Momberg has actually disputed that she insulted the social worker.
But we know that she has a history of this because at the time of this, that video came out of after her smash and grab and her insulting the police officer and the call center agent, we'd heard of a story at somebody from a woman who had worked with her previously about her throwing things at her, a black woman as well. So I don't know how this is, you know, it's not going to all go well for her when it comes to sentencing. It's not going to end well.
Look, it's a woman who actually does not believe that, she doesn't believe in the justice system. Already, she says it's biased. She says the state is biased against her. And also, she also didn't trust the first lawyer that she had. She said that lawyer did not act in her favor. And of course, saying that if she had means, she would leave the country. We know that she's already indicated that she will be appealing this ruling. And of course, the ruling that was made by the Equality Court that she has to pay one of the officers about 100,000 rand for damages. She has not done that because she's saying that she's appealing.
Maybe Australia's Peter Dutton has a place for her to come to. But Malu, I'm not sure at this stage, you know, I don't know how many cases like this we've actually seen in the country where it's gone to court in this way. But possible sentencing, if you've been chatting to lawyers, legal minds, what is the proper punishment for something like this?
Look, the state wants her to spend time in jail. They want a direct jail term. That's it. But the question, though, will that happen? We've seen with the Penny Sparrow incident. She was just given what?
She had a fine.
A fine, exactly. And was also forced to make a contribution to a charity. I foresee a similar ruling here. But of course, we'll have to wait and see.
And rehabilitation, does that come into it at all?
Well, she has to be rehabilitated. In fact,
possible, yeah.
Well, will it work? That's also one of the questions that has to be asked, because this is a woman who sees nothing wrong with what she's done.
So when do we expect an actual sentence to be handed down?
Well, today we'll hear from one of the police officers, in fact, who was subjected to these racial slurs from this woman. He's going to be telling the court how he has had to deal with this ordeal and how traumatic it was. Well, the actual sentencing could take about 2 days.
Okay, we'll continue to watch that one. You'll watch it for us. Thank you very much. eNCA's Malungelo Booi.